we're early. Sometimes it's good to be early. But our show starts at a specific time. You should remember that. Let's get started then, shall we?
Dylan, I don't give a what you think about a co-host and freshen up my show.
It might not be flashy, but sometimes you just got to toss another person to make a statement.
My show's about the people's podcast. Everyone has a voice. I don't need a co-host. Go listen to one of the other 5,000 shows with a co-host because they don't have a mouth like the big guy.
Opie, are you a career killer with Tim Sabian, yourself, and many others?
Be myself. Never had real issues with those people. They just understood that I was a different bird. The rest of them, though, I'm like, oh, shut up. I'm paying your salary because the ratings are so good, so shut up.
Hey, back. Live from
Somewhere.
It's Dylan.
Good whatever to you, whenever you are listening to this episode of Cohost Auditions. I am your co-host, Dylan. Today, our host is Kevin Brennan. I will be recording a self-taped audition to be a co-host of Kevin Brennan, and my light is a little hot today. Thank you, beloved chatters, for joining in at the start of the show. And tomorrow, we have Chatting with Beloved Chatters with American Cupcake. We are still finalizing the time, as most shows are 11:30 a.m. Eastern here. But I'm going to modify for my guests because I want to talk to my guests. And I want it to be comfortable with them. We had a good outing with Spaghetti Tooth John last week on the first episode. Tomorrow, I will also be broadcasting at noon Eastern with Annie when we talk about Valheim. I have really gotten into this game, and her channel is What Is This Game? There will be a voice chat in the Discord after the show today. I am guaranteeing 45 minutes. I've got a lot of production to catch up on, so guaranteeing 45 minutes of live chat with me in there. Feel free to go all day. Sometimes my beloved chatters have gone all day in the voice chat when I pop in and out. But without further ado, let's get to our buddy Kevin Brennan, who has been accused of his show just being a super chat reading show. And that's kind of what it was the first time around. We're joining in at 28 minutes in after he just went on a long rant about the mud shark. I like to avoid talking about him when I can, because if you just don't look, he will go away. And as long as we keep looking, he is going to stick around. So what's up, Kevin Brennan?
What? Thanks for reading super chats. Chad never does. Chad don't get super chats. Chad don't get super chats.
Just can't escape the mud shark today. But when someone pisses off Brennan, he keeps on babbling about it.
That's why I don't read them. Let me get caught up. Oh, let me get caught up. I'm like, yeah, he's going to have a lot of super chats. He's talking, people are going to have a lot of opinions about Godfrey and Dante. Godfrey and Dante, people are going to have a lot of opinions. I think I already did this, right? Even after Godfrey shoot.
I might have seen Godfrey live at Magooby's Joke House in Baltimore. The owner of Magooby's hated my stand-up. I did not get into the Baltimore's Funniest Comic finals, even though sometimes the host was like, I was really pushing for you to make it to the Baltimore's Funniest Comic. The owner hated my stand-up. So never going to make it to Baltimore's Funniest Comic at Magooby's, especially since I'm no longer in Baltimore.
Shoot on Chad. He still has Gino on. I got ripped by him too. Yeah. So, and then Chad's like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Wow. How will we ever recover if Chad stops doing?
Kevin Brennan's cadence is just so fun to make fun of. I don't know how good my impression is, but I at least have his cadence.
The fucking snipe stream. What will we ever do? And at first I thought it was annoying. Now I'm like, and now I couldn't. I'm like, I don't want him to say that he should keep doing it, because then he'll do the opposite, because I know Chad's an idiot. So I'm not going to say what he should or shouldn't do.
Oh, you
but
didn't say it. You didn't really hit it with the gusto. That Chad's an idiot.
watching yesterday, I was like, wow, I'm thrilled. This is I was just watching. I was like, this guy's such a loser. He's making no money. I probably was paying him more, and that was a sure thing.
Yeah, I'm a bigger loser. I make less of no money. I make noer money.
But now he's like, I'm going to go off on my own and snipe stream it. And then he's like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. It's so boring. Try to say something funny once. Kevin, get caught up on.
It's not that he's not trying to say something funny. It's just that he can't say something funny.
On Super Chats, happy Saturday. Chad crying about you canceling him after he said he wants to ruin Steel Toe and Carl's business and careers as a joke. 100%. Thank you, Addicted. Yeah. I mean, it's, Chad,
Yay. I love this. Kevin Brennan is still taking pictures of Super Chats with his phone to this day. Command Shift 3. There. I just got a screenshot of your Super Chat, and I didn't need to bring my phone up.
He takes a picture of fucking my phone's going nuts. He takes a picture of Steel Toe's house. No, I didn't give out the address. I just took a picture. But what I'm doing is terrible to Ken Musk and me and everyone else. Who's the everyone else? Gino? Gino's a piece of shit.
Thanks. Windows is Shift S, Command Shift 3 for Apple.
Gino talks shit about everybody, and then he's like, show me the proof.
Gino made me giggle once. I was very surprised. So good job, Gino, for me not liking you forever and ever and making me giggle at you. Fucking Red Bar's jingle, Flat Broke Gino, is fucking hilarious. That's how I first really got to know who Gino was the YouTube videos compilations put out of Red Bar. It's Flat Broke Gino. Hell of a jingle.
Show me the receipts where I said something. And I put it up. I sent it to Godfrey, and I put it up on my Twitter. People are like, you said bad things too. Okay, find it. Find where I called Godfrey a name. Find it. Or any black person. Do I say words? Yeah, everybody does. Everybody does. Do I? I mean, that's a fact. Plus, when you, like I said,
not the Mud Shark. When the Mud Shark does his stream snipes, it's more like, well, I guess I should let you go as I.
When you work at Compound Media, you're
he does it in this style.
Say it even as in a joking manner. Ask Aaron Berg how many times he said it. You say, is Aaron Berg racist?
And that's my Mud Shark impression.
Gino, yeah. I mean, that's his reputation. So if you say it as a joke, but do I ever say Godfrey's
and that's probably a little loud to hear that. That was my Mud Shark impression.
Dave Chappelle's or Bill Burr's wife is a.
Got to get a little shaky for when he can't help the shakes. He gets so angry and
joke in context or to be ridiculous. But I don't say it like I say, hey, so and so. Dante's that's what Gino does, and then they all want to be like, Kevin says it too. Kevin says it too. Kevin's a bad boy too. So did Joe Rogan. Said it 40 times or something. Nobody, and then nothing happened. Because people are like, yeah, people say it. People say it.
Nothing happened. We do both have some pretty blue eyes, don't we, Kevin? We could be the blue-eyed boys.
Yeah, but Chad's like, you're taking people down.
Too bad they're attached to that ugly face.
You're mean. You're a meanie. After I went after Levy's family, but Kevin's mean.
And I am tempted to put this at 1 1/4 speed, but I know some people can't fucking stand that, so I will keep it at normal speed.
Ken's not in show business. Ken's not a public person. He is. He's a public person, and he's in show business. You see him call Tim G. You see his call from Godfrey, backpedal. Yeah, of course. He's like, no. He automatically blamed it on me. That's why he's doing a show with Godfrey. Or that's
I'm
why
gonna leap.
Yeah, that's why he's doing a show.
I'm gonna
with
leap
Gino.
a few minutes in the future.
So I was torn with him. You think he could have me around if I was such a fucking creepy motherfucking dude? He can basically work with anybody.
Creepy dudes, if talented enough, can hang around. Hollywood proved that for decades, and that now they like to be holier than thou. But you kept those creepy, talented cunts employed for a long, long time, Hollywood.
Anybody he asks, you want to do shows with me? They say yes. But I'm racist. Again, why would
You're not racist. Don't take Ray DeVito's gimmick.
Godfrey take my call yesterday if I'm racist? I was gonna wait.
Nipsey Russell coming in.
I can't. I
The
can't
deceased
wait. Plus, I was
Nipsey
hoping
Russell.
Chad would watch this and show it to Brewer, or listen to it on his way to fucking his 6-hour drive to make $300. Guarantee he's not making a lot of money, but he's desperate, and he can't. If Brewer asks him to work, he's probably like, "Oh."
Brewer, I've never seen live. I have got to see Jim Brewer live when he comes to town.
Brewer likes me.
I discovered a Clerks pilot, TV show pilot, not the cartoon, a live action Clerks pilot starring Jim Brewer. It's on YouTube, and it is a piece of fucking shit. Thank goodness that they realized it and didn't pick it up and totally waste Jim Brewer's time with that garbage.
Me. Brewer don't like
garbage.
You. Nobody else was available. And then he's not going to put himself through hell trying to find a opening act the day of the show. So he's like, I'll just deal with Chad today. It's one show, done, one and out. Brewer might leave after the fucking show. Probably will.
Maybe some lotion would help with that pink skin. He's so pink. I imagine that if he goes out into the sun, he's one of those people who will just burn immediately.
Say where he lives, but he lives closer to Boca Raton than Chad does. So I doubt
Boca Raton is an old people place, isn't it? Let's go to Boca Raton and get ourselves a widow, folks. Then we can fund all of our silly hobbies.
Over. Probably does the show, gets in his car, wakes up in his house. Don't have to deal with Chad ever again. And if he does, that's on him. He's been warned. Like, all you can do is warn a guy. I can't do any more than that.
And once again, my outfits, I do like to match my host. Kevin Brennan has his signature black sweater on, and I am the light side. Misery loves company, so do fucking goofballs.
Nipsey Russell, here's some walking around money. My phone's acting real weird. Maybe my phone doesn't want me to take pictures anymore. It's the universe. Here's some walking around.
Wants you to learn how to take screenshots.
Around money, Nipsey.
We don't. I love that both you and Stuttering John Melendez cannot figure out 2 keys on a PC, 3 keys on a Mac. Bam, you got it.
Russell. Yeah, let me get caught up on these super chats, Chad. I mean, it's so laughable. The fact that he sets himself up. Let me get caught up on these super chats. And then there's nothing to read. He read one, then he sits there looking at the chat, trying to clip some people that are supporting him. And it's like, oh man, this guy is a fucking, and I really thought it was like watching a mentally challenged person trying.
I bet that he's above Forrest, where Forrest is right here. I bet Chad falls right on the line. Damn it, I said his name. Can't say it 2 more times or he's going to show up.
To trying to do a live stream. I mean, that's what it looked like, because he was always like, he's always panicking, and then his thing was shut down. He goes, "Oh, my StreamYard account." Like, the silver lining all is the mutual hate you and Rev have of Chad has made you guys closer than ever.
Oh, it's funny. And I am getting this from MLC Podcast Archives. I'm sure once Kevin Brennan finds out it exists, he's going to strike him out of existence. But it's so funny listening to Kevin Brennan a few months ago before he made enemies of absolutely everyone. Last time he was talking highly of Anthony Cumia, and I was like, oh, that's not like Kevin Brennan of present. When he is angry at someone, they have just always been unfunny and a piece of shit. When he's friends with them, your word isn't good there, Kevin. It's like that druggy guy who Dabble Storian really wants me to talk about. His word is fucking garbage.
What's with my goddamn phone? I don't even need to take pictures anymore. I'm gonna shut it down.
Well, shutting it on down. That was a good episode, everyone. See you tomorrow for chatting with beloved chatters with American Cupcake. Oh, there's still over an hour to go. My mistake.
Chad does. There's still, and cause I don't have to read all the super chats. People are like, "Oh, you got to read all the super chats." I don't. So if I don't read your super chat, I apologize. And
It's true. You really don't have to. And who was it? Vince the lawyer. As much as I don't like that guy, he was like, John, you must read the chats, convincing a simpleton that no, you must. It's like legally binding that you read this $2 super chat calling you a nincompoop.
And if you take a picture of it and whatever, maybe I'll send you the money back. I don't even know how that works. Silver lining, all this, the mutual hate you and Rev have
Episode 526, King of Losers, Misery Loves Company is this one.
This means you guys closer than ever. Heartwarming to see. Keep fighting, KB. Thank you, Mason.
Oh, that's nice.
In Portland.
Thank goodness that a sickness can make Kevin Brennan come around and be like, oh, all right. Like Opie unblocking Anthony. Still like, I hate the guy, but I don't want him to die. Stuttering John Melendez is the only one of Anthony Cumia's enemies who, after he had his heart issue, still currently recovering, which fuck that guy. I think he's the only one that just stuck 100% to, why should I feel bad for this guy? His heart attacked him like it should. I'm surprised he even has a heart. It must be a black heart. And then John will get all upset about saying a black heart is bad. PC Melendez.
I mean, I genuinely felt bad for Levy because, I mean, I didn't, he was trying to make it work with Chad, and I was like, I just know how it goes. So, I mean, I felt, listen, when you drag someone's family into it because you're mad at them, that's what Chad does. So I'm like, all right. And then he's like, oh, what you did with Kamaska.
And that's what got Steel Toe to just run away and hide from the Dabbleverse. Well, it was several things, but that was the first one where the Mud Shark started attacking April. And now no one wants to attack April. They want to lure her away because we all believe we have a better Wang than Aaron. I have no idea what's gone on in the Steel Toe show for like the last 6, maybe 8 months, but that clip will live on forever of April Imholt saying, whatever, the sex is the sex. It's not the greatest.
I'm like, all right, well, I learned it from watching you. It's like the fucking, it's like when people are like, oh, why, when Gino and he goes after everybody's girlfriend, Pat Dixon's girlfriend. Then when I used to troll Canoe, people are like, "Oh, you what?" I'm like, "No, that's what Gino does. I'm using Gino's playbooks, just like I'm using Chad's playbook." Chad brings in.
It's funny finding out the different tastes of myself and my viewers. Like the very tattooed up Willow is a pass for Dayla and a major smash for me, whereas April is a smash for me. A Minnesota 10. She is definitely a Minnesota 9.5, if not a 10. I agree, Isaac Walmart.
Civilians. I'm like, that's all I'm doing. I'm bringing in civilians. Thanks, Mason. I'm trying to get caught up on these super chats. And I still might do a show tonight. I haven't decided, but I mean, these people think I'm like
I can't tell if that was his internet or himself glitching out.
Some of these people, they're Gino fans or they support Chad. I mean, Gino's a fucking loser. Just watching Gino trying to act tough with Chad.
Oh, come on. Eviscerate him like Red Bar. Red Bar has one hell of a tongue lashing to give people. He really deconstructs a motherfucker.
That's just really, it really was enjoyable to watch. As a fan of comedy podcasting, it was absolutely amazing. Teamster Tim's right. I was to watch Chad.
What is that picture?
Backpedal when
that TJ Holly picture. What the heck is that?
Godfrey called up, and then thanks Teamster Tim. When Godfrey called up, and then his hand was shaking, and then Gino is basically berating him, and then he goes, Chad goes, yeah, I'm not going to stand for this. I'm not going to stand for this. So yeah, what'd you think was going to happen
I'm gonna sit for this. I'm tired.
when you're dealing with Gino Bisconte? Why do you think he has? Why do you think he's had no career either? I mean, Aaron Berg.
Gino has been Kumia's guy. He has been on Compound Media for a long time. Anthony must like him. Is he bringing in views? Is he bringing in subscribers? I have a hard time believing it. He's made me giggle once, Mr. Disconte.
Left. He walked away from free money because he was like, Gino's a loser. Chad is so delusional. He's a sociopath. Godfrey already knows Chad is a piece of shit, but puts up with it. He still respects you more than he does Chad. Jesus, my fucking phone.
Okay. Sorry about that weird fucking mouth noise, but
My
he's
phone's,
making
like,
me laugh so
trembling,
much with his taking pictures with his phone.
It's Chad's hand from yesterday. Yeah, Godfrey he don't even have to deal with Chad. He's not using Chad. He doesn't use Chad anymore. So look, Godfrey works every weekend somewhere. Chad's never with them. So he don't have to put up with them.
Telling you, Brennan, just don't look. Just don't look. This doesn't stand for everybody, but just don't look, and he'll go away.
And again, if I was afraid of Godfrey or Brewer, I wouldn't have done it. If I was afraid of Godfrey, I wouldn't have called Godfrey yesterday if I was afraid of him. And I wouldn't have called Brewer the night before if I was afraid of him. So Chad is afraid of Brewer and Godfrey, even though Brewer doesn't use them.
Business idea. The Gym Brewery. No, that doesn't work. Thought I had something there. I did not. What a shitty pun. I'll just see myself out.
Much, and Godfrey never uses them. Good take, Kevin Abrowski. That's got to be a different Kevin Abrowski, but maybe it's not. I got to read this guy. All right. I hope there's no bad words. Raisin Bread. Adam. Chad keeps showing Godfrey vids of Whitey saying bad words, but then keeps working with those Whiteys anyway. Feels like Chad is the true racist trying to hurt Godfrey by making him feel bad and instigating him into. I can't. Listen, I
Another picture with your phone. I just want a supercut now of you taking pictures with your phone. Let's jump a little bit in the future.
But I didn't do this show for super chats. I appreciate them.
Much better. That is a much better play on Jim Brewer's name. Brewer's Coffee.
For today because, Jesus. Because, I'm looking at the 4:00 chat and it's 4:21. No, I'll probably.
Ooh, it's 4:21 in this video. Excuse me while I do something off screen. Nah, I'll do that after the show. I'll keep doing the show.
Do a show tonight, but I had to I want to address this before the show tonight in case Chad's listening, and like I'm scared. Like I'm scared because Brewer won't take my texts or Godfrey won't take my calls.
Boy, he can really stretch out a topic, very much like the Stern Show. Kevin used to do radio back in the day? That's a fun little. Look, I got your picture and I didn't even need to get my phone out, Brennan.
I'll be fine. Brewer's never given me any.
Okay, you be fine. I'll be Howard. All we need is one more Howard and we got a sketch group going.
Money. So at this point, I have to provide. So if Godfrey thinks I'm racist, okay, show the proof. Me saying the N-word in somewhere could have been doctored. I don't know. Is that the proof? You mean like Joe Rogan?
We haven't heard from our buddy Nicholas in a few months, have we? He came on the scene, and our good friend Nicholas hasn't been around for a couple of months. What a classic bit he gave us, giving Opie a lot of money, who said he would say our Nicholas's name over and over again.
Rogan? Nobody thinks Joe Rogan's racist. I mean, some people do, but
most people think he's sexist, the people who don't like him. When I say most people who don't like Joe Rogan are more along the lines that he's sexist than racist.
People don't. Because comics say words, the R word.
Once again, it's more Rogan fans that are the problem. Like the same thing with Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty fans are more of a problem than Rick and Morty. Then again, I haven't seen the last few seasons, so maybe it dropped in quality. Yeah, Rogan fans get fucking weird. I had a roommate who listened to Rogan a bunch, and someone was just like, "So, who's your guru?" Because it's Los Angeles, and they were just hanging out. "Who's your guru?" "Oh, you listen to Joe Rogan a bunch, so he's your guru." And very easily, he was talked into the fact that, okay, Joe Rogan is my guru. And he came home and he was like, "So Jim Cornette is your guru?" No, Jim Cornette is absolutely not my guru. I listen to 7-8 hours that he puts out a week because I could listen to him read the fucking phone book. That's why I can listen to him talk about All Elite Wrestling, because I can't watch that fucking garbage. But listening to Jim Cornette, listen to it, not my guru, an entertaining fellow. How'd I get on that? Oh yeah, the weird Rogan fans.
The F word, the C word, the N word. Like I've said it on stage at the Cellar, the N word, because the comics that I think Artie Fuqua used to do a bit where white people can't say the N word no matter what the context is. They can't say it. So Artie was emceeing.
Not anymore. There used to be a context, and Artie has a bit all about that, of playing basketball and fitting in with the people who he played basketball with. But no, not in 2023. Nope, can't do it. Not gonna do it.
I think it was Artie. He brings me up. I go, "How about a hand
job?
How about a hand?" And I said the word, and it got a huge laugh. Because he just said,
how about
white
a reach
people
around?
Can't say it. The black MC, Artie Fuqua, brought me up. He said, white people can't say the N word. So as a joke, I said, "How about a hand for that?" And it got a huge laugh.
Okay, that's pretty funny. But hopefully someone didn't get a video of it, because then the people who give no fucks about context would give you one of these.
What's that? War were declared.
Laugh. I knew it would, but I still had to do it. I could have gotten in trouble. Just like the last time I said at Compound Media, I was stone cold drunk. There was a show that me and Kumia did where he kept doing his "My Old Man," and it was hilarious. And so I was drunk, and Gino asked me a question. I gave him a quick one-word answer, and it was funny. Everybody laughed.
Knees don't grow, but since I found Tara Mooney, I like to watch Tara Mooney grow her channel.
So I say it for funny. I say it for funny. I know Gino doesn't understand that, because Gino's all like, Gino was saying to Chad yesterday, comics should be talking about race and religion. Okay. All right, Gino. Right you are, Gino. Right you are. You remember the show on E! John Henson hosted it, and the Soup, a similar hosted by Joel McHale.
And now we've got Tukey Soup. Whoa! I was actually a big fan of John Henson from the Talk Soup days. I don't recall Greg Kinnear. I've got a friend who absolutely adored him, said he was better, but I've never seen Greg Kinnear hosting Talk Soup. And didn't like Joel McHale's version. Something about his humor didn't hit as hard with me. Oh, and Aisha Tyler was there and our buddy Hal Sparks, of course, was on Talk Soup as well. What a very eventful program over on the E! Network.
They would talk about clips but make it funny. These YouTube shows do that, but without being funny. Yeah, well, they had writers. They had writers on the show, so they would show it, and they would look at the clips before, and so it was the same thing Daniel Tosh did. Daniel Tosh had writers. So I was friends with John Henson. We started
Daniel Tosh, a similar style to Anthony Jeselnik, and I discovered that I prefer Jeselnik more.
Together at Boston Comedy, and he was always like, I remember he used to do a bit. He's like his. I remember he was just from Connecticut, and it was when we first started Boston. It was mostly me. John Henson, me and John Henson hosted, and then the regular people were like regular comics who worked there. It was a lot of Louis, a lot of Dave Attell, a lot of Nick DiPaolo, because Louis and Nick were managed by Barry Katz, and it was his club. So he used to put them in all the time because so they had someplace to work in New York.
Oh well, work is hard.
Okay, this should be interesting. You can be telling this in an interesting fashion. Let me jump ahead 10 seconds because I believe this could be an interesting story, but you're not telling it in the most interesting fashion.
Thank you, Ted. My phone is really shit, but I don't care because at least now I'd be like, I can't take a picture. I do like taking pictures, but I should take it to the camera store and see what they say as a hoot. And maybe Melton can walk me through it. Hey, as far as Melton out of the Ray DeVito business, I don't give a shit. Me and Levy were mad at Ray yesterday or whatever, Thursday, because Ray is just Ray.
You thought you were out of the Ray DeVito business, but he pulled you back in.
You get to a point where you.
Oh, it's about 30 minutes in. Sounds like a good time to get a little bit of a shill segment going. Thank you, folks, for tuning in. If you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you for chatting and comment after the video is done. That helps the algorithm get this out to more people. So then I don't need to post this on Reddit and people who just see it on face value say, hey, fuck that guy, and give it a downvote. I got -9 karma from posting this on the Hackverse Anonymous Reddit. And I feel that it is not deserved, the amount of downvotes that got. Quite frankly, those I will download all day. They have been broadcasting for so long, the quite frankly guys, and they have not got any better at all. But here, I believe in 4 months, I have gotten better than quite frankly has gotten in however the fuck long they've been doing this. Monique from Radio Gunk, I'm not a fan. She has gotten better. Similar concept as those people from Quite Frankly. But if you want to go to sleep, put on Quite Frankly at night. Woo-wee! What a stinky, boring show.
You can't take it with Ray. You know, he wants everyone to like him. Chad's friends know that he's a bad person.
Yeah, you can't want everybody to like you. You want to be able to reach the people who do like you. That's why I'm well aware that having 10 people, a dozen-ish people, thank you for joining here on the live stream, coming in is an accomplishment after a few months. Not everyone who checks this out is going to enjoy it, but I am the cup of tea of some people. So thank you all for joining and having this tea.
Person, he lies about everything.
I'm having coffee
credit
myself.
cards and keeps lying about it. Chad never learns from mistakes. He had a mediocre mom. I can't speak for his mom, but
she's going to catch some shrapnel as he keeps babbling on about his life. And the thing is, to learn from your mistakes, you must be honest about your mistakes. That's what bugs me about my brother. That's what bugged me about Shuli for so long. But yeah, once again, as I said, indifferent to that Shuli guy, but his just denial of the mess that happened at his live show. And you're not going to learn from it. That's why you've been touring in stand-up comedy for 20 years and you haven't got any better because you are not honest with your mess ups. You got to be honest with your mess ups to learn from them, acknowledge them, and move forward. And yeah, neither does the Mud Shark. The Mud Shark, right on that Forrest Gump line of right here, but not charming. You've got to be charming when you're right here.
That's true. Everyone knows he's a piece of shit. I mean, Godfrey knows he's a piece of shit.
I think I'm getting better at the mouth noises, but I still like to mimic them when I hear them from my host.
I mean, and then Chad was saying, here's another thing Chad did. When I was saying on my show yesterday, when I was reading the text I sent to Brewer, I said, so if you don't believe me, ask Bert Kreischer or Bob Levy or Brian McKenna. And Chad's like, instead of addressing the first two, he goes to the weak link. He goes, what have I ever done to Brian McKenna? So again, it's like Kevin's argument is weak because I've never done anything. Fix it. To Brian McKenna. That's not the point I was making, Chad. The point I was making, Brian McKenna watches this show, and he knows what a piece of shit you are because he watches it and he's tight with Brewer. He's Brewer's main opening act, has been for years. So I said, ask Brian McKenna if you want any information about Chad. So
like I have I go deep on some of my stand-up and some I don't know, like Melton. I was unfamiliar with Melton until recently. I don't watch him often, but he does a good job, does Melton on No One Likes Onions. 4 hours a day. I'm doing an hour a day, and at an hour, I start getting tongue-tied. I cannot do 4 hours currently. Hopefully one day I can do more than an hour at a time. But Melton does a really good job of tearing people down, and I enjoy onions, especially when they are caramelized. So no one likes onions. I was like, who is this guy with his no one likes onions? He needs to caramelize them, and he will then enjoy them. Caramelize them, make some bacon jam, fucking delicious onions.
So Chad's like, Brian McKenna, what have I done to Brian McKenna? You don't have to have done something for him to have an accurate impression of you. Just like all Chad's friends know he's a loser. They just do. There's no way around it. Like, why do you think Godfrey never brings Chad with him? Because Chad's nothing but headaches. I mean, when Chad shows up on the show with a black eye, people are like, yeah, I don't need that for an opening act. I mean, when you have an opening act,
I love when his wheels turn. There's some silence in here. Like, there's bound to be silence when you're broadcasting by yourself. But seeing the hamster wheel turn inside of Brennan's head when there's silence is entertaining to me.
You got it. The one thing they don't want is a lot of fucking problems from an opening act. When I said tour at Louis, me and when we were in Tampa, Side Splitters, Louis, and fucking Louis and Tony Woods. That was the show. We had a good time, but Tony Woods always goes long. So like if I went on, sometimes we would flip. Like sometimes I would go on first, sometimes Tony would go on first.
Brennan.
So if I went on first, I would get the light, I'd get off. Tony, on the other hand, would usually run the light. And the headliner, especially Louis C.K.,
the Shawn Michaels of stand-up comedy. He will run the light because he needs to show you this ladder match in its entirety.
you don't want a guy who runs the light. So he would be like, fucking Tony running the light. Fucking, and he would complain to me because I'd be standing next to him before. Like, we would just be standing in the back, and that's how it works. If you're Louis C.K., you're going to stand with me. Not that I'm saying I'm a great hang. I'm just saying
Louis C.K. needs to stand next to Kevin Brennan because he is one of few people who makes Louis C.K. look handsome when you see him next to each other. Very good for making people look more good looking. And boy, I said that in a weird fucking way, didn't I?
He's gonna stand with somebody because then I look like then some just randos can't start approaching Louis, because if he's standing by himself, he's much more easily to just randos coming up to him. If you're with somebody else, 2 other people, 3 other people are more intimidated if there's people standing around a celebrity. But if the celebrity by himself, everyone's gonna walk up and say something. So me and Louis standing there, he's complaining about Tony.
A little celebrity entourage to get you intimidated. Don't you come up to me. I'm not on your level.
Tony, listen, Tony's a great guy and everything, but he goes long. And Louis don't want that. Once you get the light, get the fuck off. And Louis was next. It's one thing if I'm next, he don't really care, but he still wants to fucking come up. So I'm saying, if you're an opening act, they don't want headaches. They want a guy who doesn't get in a lot of trouble, does his time, and shuts the fuck up. And if you need,
that's one of the minimum things, is just going your time. And Ray DeVito, very famously in Pottstown, went short on his time, which is just as bad as going long on your time, because the show has been timed. You need to go approximately, you don't need to get it down to the very second. Fucking pros can. I can't get it down to the very second, but I am very close within it. I am more of a Bret Hart guy growing up, Rochi. Shawn Michaels, very talented, but he turned wrestling into what it is now with the flippy doos, whereas Bret was keeping it real. Still real to me, damn it.
Need to get a fucking sandwich with the guy during the day, then yeah, that's a little extra if you're not a bad guy to hang out with. I'm not a great guy to hang out with. Ask Levy. I'm not a great guy to hang out with.
Okay, now you're entertaining me.
Even Chad used to go, Kevin will pay. We used to go to Sammy's Noodles on 6th Avenue
Ooh,
in New York. Kevin used to
I'm a cheap fuck. Let me be your co-host. Buy me some noodles,
pay
buddy.
for my dinner. Yeah, it was $12. I wasn't taking for
$12 adds up when you're poor as fuck.
surf and turf. And again, don't fucking who said that? Kevin Abrowski. Yeah, don't get mad if I don't read your super chats, because this is more about getting this off my
Leap.
chest here. Because when he's doing it, like I said, when he's snipe streaming, it's like he's on my show, but I don't have to pay him. I can still shit on him. The super chat can still make jokes about him. So I don't give a shit. So is he making more now? Snipe streaming? Maybe.
Oh wow, this is a whole Mudshark show. He has strayed very little from the Mudshark in this hour and 20 minutes that he's been rambling on.
But not a lot more. And then it'll eventually whittle down to nothing. Ask Onions. I was gonna say ask Onions. You're the one who puts the super chat. How you don't the numbers eventually people get less when you were first going after Steel Toe. Then after a while they get bored and they move on, and then the numbers drop. So maybe the numbers will never drop for Chad. The viewer numbers might always be decent, but the super chats aren't gonna be, because I watched the show, just about the whole show. I watched everything that I was sent. It was about 2 hours worth, and it was the super chats.
Let's leave
barely
again.
came. Oh, my friend.
I mean, you're saying words. I have nothing to add. They're just words.
It's middle school cringe. Move on from these guys. They're going to bring you down. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I agree. So, I mean, Chad gave out whatchamacallit's number. You think he wouldn't give out my number? It's like everybody has it already. So, I mean, he gave out Brian McCarthy's, a blind man's phone number. So that's Chad.
Just don't look, man. He'll go away.
Nutshell right there.
Probably to prison.
I think I'm almost done. That's why I hate the end of these shows, because I have to get so mellow to fucking calm down and read these fucking things. People have to start being honest about Chad.
I don't think he even got particularly worked up in this episode. We did skip a lot, so maybe he did go full Brennan, and we fucking missed it. He don't sell tickets.
All right, everybody. There's one sneaking up. All right, I think I got them all. All right, yeah, you guys. Oh, we got another one. Did I read this?
I think my mic was around $90. I bought it years and years ago. I'm glad I didn't get rid of you, buddy. I knew I was going to break you out again one day.
Yeah, people think I'm probably narcissistic. That's what Chad always says, I'm narcissistic. Chad did 3 shows yesterday. I wonder how much he made yesterday. Probably more than I paid him.
I can't deny that I'm a narcissist. I was an actor for 6 years. Watch me pretend on network television and cable television, folks, and a couple of movies. Like, what a narcissist to be like, here, watch me pretend. Same with a stand-up comedian. You got to have a proper amount of narcissism, hopefully not too much, to be like, come to this room and pay to watch me blab on stage.
But I mean, Chad could snipe stream all day, and he's not going to make any money. He just doesn't have any. He don't have enough fans. Before he was doing this show, he had like nobody on his streams. Some dude. Some dude.
Jay Sherman, what do you think of the Mudshark streams?
It stinks.
I agree.
It makes me think of Some Girls, the last great Rolling Stone album. Some Girls. Some dude, thank you. Hey, Mr. Brennan, I get off work and you're live nonstop content from the king of these hack. Huh? Is he shitting on me? Hey, Mr. Brennan, I get off work and you're live nonstop content from the king of these hack podcasters. I think
a little bit of a sloppy sentence there.
I think he's complimenting me. I think he's saying I'm the king of these hack podcasters. So
but you're not the comeback king. That's Corey Feldman.
And I think he's saying I'm a hack podcaster too, but I'm the king. It's like you guys are all shit, but you're the best at it. So if that's something, then good. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick run through, and actually I'm not. I can't.
You're not gonna do a quick run through like Jake Hudson through your house. We're not gonna see the Kevin Brennan 500.
So I think I read everybody. So do your plugs and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Blah blah blah.
Hey, that's my line. Skull.
The bottom line is, Brewer's a good guy, great comic.
Oh, but by the way, Skull, our buddy Stuttering John Melendez, my money has him returning tomorrow. Let's see if I am correct.
The thing is, if you're like a working
Leaving the internet forever again within 2 months, my money's on tomorrow. I've got to do my political show. I know he's doing a political show for his patrons. It's very important that I read headlines and then get very angry without actually reading the article or putting any type of context to them.
Comic, like if you're a headline comic like Godfrey or Brewer, you can't be a fucking douche. You're running a business. You're like literally running a business. So that's why he doesn't bring Chad along. That's why I tipped off Brewer about Chad. It's like they're running a business.
Who's Kevin? This is Kelly Clarkson.
Like being on the road all the time and
okay, Kevin Brennan
you need
in one
opening
sentence.
acts. That's why you want
to me, Kevin Brennan in one sentence, deflowerer of Sarah Silverman. Nice job, because Sarah Silverman she's still an attractive lady, but she was a funny lady at that time before whatever happened to her happened. Jesus Christ.
You want a guy who's like low maintenance, like Brian McKenna's as low maintenance as there is. Great guy, doesn't, he does what you tell him to do. If you tell him to do 8 minutes, he'll do 8 minutes. So that's how it is. I mean, there's a story that Mark Nomer was open for Seinfeld somewhere, I think at the Beacon in New York, and Norman didn't get the light, so he went long. And Seinfeld's like, "Why'd you go long?" He goes,
"How many inches long was he?"
I didn't get the light. He goes, "You know how long it is in your head. You know how long it is." So that's when you're a headliner. You're like I opened for Louis at Wells Fargo in Philadelphia before he
everyone
got in trouble.
likes different women. Jewish women. I'm a fan of Jewish women. My full-on kryptonite is Jewish Latino women. So different strokes for different folks. And I really do. I was a fan of Sarah Silverman for a bit. I found her to be funny, and yeah, but both are subjective. What is funny? What is attractive?
And he told me don't go over because they had 3 opening acts. So he said don't go over. So I go okay.
They had 3 openers, 4 middlers, and 8 headliners.
Okay, so there was a like a stop. Like a timer thing.
Leap.
And when you went on, it was supposed to,
Actually,
start it.
We'll get to the end of this sentence, and then we'll leap to see how he ends his show.
0 and go and count up, so you would know how long you were doing. And it didn't work.
Just a light at 1 minute.
I got off, and then I asked the soundstage lady or whatever. I go, yeah, the thing didn't work, and she's like, oh, okay. And then I taped my set on my phone. I did exactly 8 minutes, exactly what I was supposed to.
Nice.
And I'm not saying I'm like low maintenance.
You've got the internal clock.
But that's,
someone who's been doing this for so long, you have the internal clock, and like you don't even necessarily need. So well done. Professional job as a stand-up comedian. Your podcast, semi-pro.
You know how long 8 minutes is in your head. First of all, you have a general idea of how long, whatever they ask you to do, 10, 12, 8. You have a general idea. So that's, if you're opening act, you got to be fucking low maintenance. If the clock don't work, you can't. What am I supposed to do? Keep talking till the clock works? No, I got off, and then I did exactly what they told me.
And if you're bombing, your perception of time is so fucked up. Maybe that's why Ray DeVito got off of Pottstown so early, because his perception of time was so fucked up. He thought he almost made it to the end. When you're bombing, 5 minutes doesn't feel like 5 minutes. 2 minutes feels like you have done way over your 5-minute time when you are bombing on stage.
Me, even though the clock didn't work. That's your job as an opening act, is to fucking help the headliner. Chad don't help anybody. So that's
and back to the Mud Shark. I was enjoying that clock talk before going back to the Mud Shark. So let's get to the final couple of minutes, see how you wrap this up, because we are going to wrap this up as well.
He has something to lose. I think that's what we find out in life. Like when Gino got allegedly punched, he lost. He couldn't work for. He couldn't eat. He had to eat applesauce for 3 weeks. So everybody has something to lose. I'm not making threats. I'm just saying that's the nature of the game. That's the nature of life.
Actually, I would like to see Gino Bisconti perform stand-up. Wizard George is kind of fucked up. He might get more laughs out of me this way than his regular way.
Everybody has something to lose. So these people are like, I can do whatever I want.
You got a microphone.
I have nothing to lose. Maybe you do. Maybe you find out the hard way. You do have something to lose. All right, everybody. Thank you. God bless America. And hopefully I'll see you tonight at 11 o'clock. Smile.
All right, that was Kevin Brennan's second appearance on Cohost Auditions. The first time, indeed, was a super chat reading show. This was a Mudshark show. So we have 2 more segments before we get on out of here. The TikToks and the Happy Talk at the end. So Kevin Brennan always likes to talk about what sells tickets. Puppets don't sell tickets. Not all puppets, but some puppets sell tickets. Mr. Winston back there sold a lot of tickets on Hollywood Boulevard back in the day in the children's theater show. See, I'm almost at an hour and I am getting tongue-tied. So what does sell tickets? To me, I would buy tickets to this. And I was actually talking with Annie. She's a bit too young to remember how great these films were. But what would sell tickets would be an Ernest P. Worrell remake with John Cena. I mean, look at him. John Cena as Ernest P. Worrell. I want this in my life 100%. Make it happen, Hollywood.
This is the remake we want. This is the remake we need. We need John Cena to play Ernest.
That would sell tickets with me. Completely 100% would sell tickets. And Kevin Brennan, his show is called Misery Loves Company because he does not play well with others sometimes. I saw this clip and I was like, that's what Kevin Brennan would be like if he were a turtle. And then I kind of noticed, I think this turtle might not like all people. There seems to be a certain type of people, if you notice what shoe that he reacts to. This turtle doesn't love all people equally. Brennan the turtle. Inspecting the shoes. All good. All good. All of them have the same color. This doesn't have the same color. Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. It is now the proper color. All right. I knocked the color off of that. Oh, no. What are you going to do, turtle? Brennan the turtle. Brennan the racist turtle. You mix fuck, I can't remember the guy's name now. You mix that KKK guy from Howard Stern show with Kevin Brennan. I believe this is what you get. Daniel Carver. Daniel Carver meets Kevin Brennan, meets a turtle, and you get this fella. There's a little bit of darkness there. Okay, we're good. We're good. I have some questions about you, owner. What have you been subliminally teaching this turtle that you I bet you didn't mean to teach him that, but the turtle picked up on it. And Rochi knows what sells tickets. Sexy clowns sell tickets. And we always end the show with a sexy clown from the TikTok clips. And today we have a makeup artist. This is Miss Mau Mau. Miss Mau Mau does a lot of makeup, and here she is clowning it up a little bit.
Every day that I'm sad, but it's most of them.
It's not every day that I'm sad, but it's most of them. And she's doing a little better job at lip syncing there than some other TikTokers we've seen. I mean, that's a whole genre of TikTok video is just lip syncing to what other people are doing. And come on, load. This second one is having trouble loading. I have two of Miss Meow Meow. Meow Meow. Miss Meow Meow. If it'll load. And it's thinking. Don't make me do just one of Miss Meow Meow. I'll play this one again while it's
It's not
thinking.
every day that I'm
Playing.
sad.
Oh, there it is. All I needed to do was say, fuck it, it's not going to play, and it'll start playing. And I do believe that's a little DMCA music there. So we are going to just put that on a mute and see her. That was a little bit of clowning by Miss Meow Meow. Here is a lot of clowning by Miss Meow Meow, doing the full body art clowning, a scary clown, a Harley Quinn clown, and that was definitely body paint. Those boobies were out. Same with this scary Ronald McDonald. That is not a shirt. That is all body. Any more clowns? That's, I don't know if I'd call that one a clown, Miss Meow Meow. Meow Meow. Miss Meow Meow. That is all for the clips today. And yeah, Rochi really, not Rochi, Dabblestorian really wants me to respond to a drug addict who yells on the internet for 4 hours. But I don't feel the need to. I don't want to yell at a drug addict for being a drug addict. I do have a lot of cutting comments, but he took a jab at me. I saw the second one. The first one happened on the Shuli network, and if a tree falls in the woods, it's the same as something happening on the Shuli network for me. I'm not checking it out. If you clip it, I'll check it. Just like Dabblestorian showed me the clip of the drug addict. Just quickly, this guy's a troll. We throw softballs here at Cohost Auditions. The fact that you want to come into this universe and be a part of it and throw some jabs back and forth verbally, you got nothing. Your brain is fried. You're right here. And maybe I will get further into it if he keeps taking jabs at me. But it was just, he's a loose cannon. And I got a little bit of shrapnel. It wasn't a direct hit. This guy is incapable of snipering me. Yeah, there's a little bit talking around the drug addict who yells on the internet for 4 hours. I've seen so many like him. Usually they're at the gas station yelling. So that's me talking around it. I don't need to mention him 2 shows in a row. If he does, yeah, if he does keep rambling on about me just taking jab, or if he gets me with a direct hit, I will make more of a response to him. But for now, he doesn't even remember bitching. He doesn't remember all the fake accolades that he gives. He doesn't remember all the people he yells at. But I am grouped in with Daylaw and Dabblestorian as a troll. He calls these softballs trolls. No, I want to be your buddy. I want to improve your show. And what is your show? You never answered that question. What is your show? This show is mainly a comedy show, just like TikTok Around the Clock, that will be up on Thursday at 11:30 a.m. And tomorrow, we still have to get the time frame correct for our guest on the second episode of Chatting with Beloved Chatters with American Cupcake. And tomorrow on Annie's channel, What Is This Game? We will be talking about Valheim. And I'm a fan. I didn't get very far in it. This is a dense game. There is a lot to learn. And I do believe it's a little more new user-friendly than Civ 6, which we talked about last time. But us nerds love using a lot of brain power in our games. Beat 'em ups are fun, but a lot of strategery, a lot of RPG elements are really fun as well. And after the show, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do a voice chat over on my Discord. So if you would like to come join on the Discord, I am guaranteeing 45 minutes this time. Instead of the 60 minutes, I have got to do some editing. I have got to prepare for Annie's show tomorrow. So yeah, if you would like to come in on the voice chat, and there is the guest for tomorrow right there, American Cupcake. I'm really looking forward to chatting with you. The conversations we've had on back and forth online have been fun. So thank you for joining tomorrow on Chatting with Beloved Chatters. We will nail down exactly what time works for you. I just can't do noon. noon to 2 p.m. Eastern. I will be on What Is This Game with Annie. So, yeah, tomorrow. Can't wait to talk to you, American Cupcake. And let's chat either on Twitter or on Discord and nail down what time tomorrow American Cupcake and I will be chatting there with beloved chatters. And I did love the first time I really noticed you, American Cupcake, was in a Creep Off stream. You were, I don't know if you were a fan of At Midnight. There was a pun game that they sent out to the viewers of Twitter to do every night. And there was a pun game with video game villains that I think I had one or two. You had so many video game villain puns for an American for a crime podcast to take care of. But yeah, very, very interesting. American Cupcake meeting chatters in person as he goes around the country. So looking forward to chatting with you. There's so many things we could touch. We might go long because I think you are a fascinating person, and there is a lot of similar comedy that we could really get down on a rabbit hole with. But that is all for today's episode. Thank you all for joining on today on Kevin Brennan on Cohost Audition. And yeah, like, subscribe. That notification bell will tell you when we're on. Tomorrow is sometime with American Cupcake. We are still we'll get better at nailing down this time, maybe a little earlier. We're just like me and Annie are getting a little better on the Friday show, Nerds Without Dates, the second episode of our Futurama arc. We will be looking at Hubert episodes. And the first one, there were a couple of speed bumps that I was like, well, definitely going to do this different next time. But that's what this is all about, being a new streamer here on the tubes of you and the Twitch, figuring out what works and what doesn't as we throw shit against the wall. And I do enjoy the interviewing. I had fun with Dr. Spaghetti Tooth John, and I'm really looking forward to interviewing you tomorrow, American Cupcake. Thank you all for joining, and now feel free to go away.
Well, it looks like that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for going on this adventure with me. It's fun being with friends. I'll see you next time. Bye now.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Places all join hands, circle left. Now circle right and listen to me. LS, MFT. Elementary corners like swinging on a gate. To right, dear honey, with the right to left date. Grand right and left, around you go. Lucky strike means fine tobacco. Meet your honey and give her a whirl. All swing around with the little girl. Smoke 'em, then you'll see. LS, MFT. Promenade and don't you fall. Promenade around the hall. Lucky strike is first again with tobacco men. Promenade straight down the pike. It's time right now for a lucky strike. Yes, for smoking that you're bound to like, you just can't beat a lucky strike.